long referred to. Mr Speaker, as you'd be aware, that national curriculum is presently under review, but I've got to say that I would not support what the Independent Australian Curriculum Authority has presently put out. And the reason being, Mr Speaker, is because in some cases standards haven't been lifted but have in fact gone backwards. And the clearest example of that is in the teaching of the times tables, where presently kids would be taught that in Year 3, but under the revised national curriculum, which ACARA has put out, the independent body, it would be taught in Year 4. In some other countries, it's actually taught in Year 2. But I can tell you what is suggested to be taught in Year 2, and that is to suggest or to analyse whether a statue is racist. So you can't learn the times tables, but you can do an analysis of a statue in Year 2 when you are 7. My biggest problem, though, Mr Speaker, is actually in the history curriculum. And it's in this history curriculum, Mr Speaker, where I have the greatest problem. Mr Speaker, as you know, we live in the greatest egalitarian, freest, wealthiest countries that has almost ever existed in the history of humankind. But if you read that national draft curriculum on the history, you wouldn't think this. It has such a miserable view of our history, Mr Speaker. And frankly, we're not going to stand for that, because there is a reason that we are the greatest country in the world, and kids need to learn about that reason so that they can defend it, so they can be proud of it, and they can do what previous generations have done. And Mr Speaker, I notice whenever I talk about this topic, whenever I talk about pride in Australia, I talk about pride in our history, the Labor Party opposite gets so upset because they have equally such a miserable view of our history, and they want that miserable view imparted onto kids. Well, we don't on this side of the house. We are proud of our country. We know that mums and dads are proud of their country, and we want to ensure that kids are equally proud.